Hey guys, this is Ant bringing you an Unreal Engine tutorial. So in this video we'll be continuing off from part 2 of the coin pickup series, and for this one we'll be making a door that will basically open when the player approaches it. So without further ado, let's go into it. So what we need is a basic door. So I'm just going to put it in the blueprints folder for now. I'm going to right click, blueprint class, and I'm going to create an actor. I'm going to call this BP door, and I'm going to open it up and take it into the viewport. So what we need is a static mesh so that we can see it. So add component, static mesh, and then for the static mesh itself I'm going to use a 1m cube, 1 meter cube, and I'm going to just change these dimensions on it. So the scale I've been using has been 0.1 to 1 and 2. And that gives us a nice door shape. For the door itself, I'm just going to move the static mesh so the root is on the corner. It's not accurate, but I think that's better in terms of rotation. So it has a basic static mesh. Next thing I need to do is I'm going to add a box collision to it. So click on the static mesh, add component, and type in box collision. With the box collision, let's move that up so it's more central, and I'm going to change the box extents as well, so make it so that it covers the area of the door. Maybe make it a bit wider, move it up a bit more. Yeah, just make it slightly wider on the y-axis. There we go. Okay then, so we have a static mesh and we've got a collision on it. So how do we get it to rotate? Well, first thing we need to do is we need to go into the event graph. And I'm not going to use tick, I just want event begin play. So first thing we need to do is I want to get the actor rotation. Next thing I'm going to do is from the return value I want to promote this to a variable, and I want to call this start rotation. Compile save. And then we've got our initial variable being set. So if you followed previous tutorials by me, you'll know that I like using timelines, and for this video I'm going to use the same thing again because it's nice and quick. So right click in the graph, I'm going to choose timeline, and it's the bottom option, add timeline. Call that rotate door, connect it to play, and double click on it to enter it. So for this one, I'm not going to use a vector, I'm going to just use a float. So on here you'll have add float track, and I'm going to keep the length at 5 seconds long and leave all these settings unchecked. So for the float track, I'm going to call it rotation value, and as you can see there's nothing on it, and so I need to add some points into this. First point will be at 0, 0. And if you shift click on the graph to add these points, the next one needs to be 5 seconds, and I'm going to have a rotation value of 90. Now the graph will look a bit weird, you can't see what's going on, but if you click these zoom to fit horizontal and zoom to fit vertical, you'll be able to see it in more detail now. So it's pretty much a linear rotation, so it'll just basically in a straight line open. I want to smooth that off a bit so that it opens slightly slower, gets faster, and then slows down to a close. So to do that, control click the nodes, right click and set auto, and what you'll see is handles will appear on each node, and then you can adjust those depending on what you want the rotation to be, how smooth you want it to be. So typically I always do it here so that it's very slow opening and then it swings open. But let's say it's up to you, it's up to what you want to do, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. Hit save. go back into the event graph. As you can see, the rotate door now has a rotation value. So what we need to do now is grab our start rotation, drag it in as a getter, and then I want to break rotator. Now for the rotation, it will be on the Z-axis, so I want to basically use the yaw there. So all I'm doing is go for rotation values, and I'm going to add a rotation. So float plus float. Connect up Z to yaw to the bottom node here on the plus. I want to make a rotator. And if you notice, it always defaults to the top slot, which is incorrect. We want to rotate on the Z, not on the roll. So what I want to do is disconnect that and plug it into Z yaw. Next thing I want to do is I want to set actor rotation. Plug that into the new rotation. Go from update to set actor rotation. And now we have basically a door that will hopefully update when we put it into the level. So let's drag in a door and see what happens. So we'll pop it at the top of the step, a bit more visible when you hit play. And as you can see, the door is swinging open. So just to recap what's going on. So inside a BP door, we're getting the initial rotation and we're storing it. When event begin play happens, it grabs it, stores it in there, and there's a very good reason why we're doing that. The timeline is interloping between 0 and 5 seconds, but it's increasing the float value from 0 to 90. So think of that as a quarter rotation. It's grabbing the start rotation and adding 90 degrees to that and setting it here and rotation. So the reason why it always grab the initial rotation is if you try and do it with the current rotation, it will always constantly spin round, and that's not good. So keep that in mind. If you ever need to rotate from one angle to another, store the variable at the start under event begin play. If you need to go back, it can be reversed as well, but we're not going to do that in this video. So that brings us to the end of the video, and we now have a door that we can use. So in the next video, I'll be going over how to link that up to the coin system so that when you pick up some coins and walk up to the door, it'll basically detect if you've got the correct amount of coins and open. So I'll see you in the next video, guys.